ukopie mu wo Ghana Airport Company Limited a new project be a baso ne ho pictures ne ade e na etwegu screen so amene o kase de yawa da ye nimu ya no president John Dramani Mahama e de aso ekobo fem na what scissors ekotwa de mu ama adwuma no asase ano no adwuma be na meka ho asem ye kire mu a it's a multi-purpose tiered story building edan chese eniema womu no abusua enya asem ketwa na ye kire de ne 7-story multi-purpose car park ewomu 2,000 parking space, 2 hotels, shopping mall, food court, retail shops. Just a near me what's that we is truly multi-purpose. Now, and some way, Minister for Government Communication Felix Kwacho for soon and Wababi be and so Ediama Ghana for what Chremudia. President Mahama is famed for his investment in mega world-class infrastructure into a Chremudia. Wa winning President John Dramani Mahama ye boni din anu ehun se Mahama de woni ade efe edan sie infrastructure se ti apoya akono ene ye betimi e de akai President John Dramani Mahama o say he delivered Terminal 3 at the Accra International Airport, the massive MPS terminal at the Tema Harbour. Found $4 million for the Tema to Impadan rail project among others into a trema niema bia mampeni John Dramani Mahama yebetimi aboni dindi atoso Terminal 3 what Accra International Airport MPS terminal what Tema Harbour and afei nso railway na say rail project a wo ye free Tema akọ Impadan cost about $400 million no mampeni John Dramani Mahama and yebetimi aboni dindi atoso. He returns to the Accra International Airport on Thursday 27th August to cut sword for this new multi-tiered multi-purpose car park and airport hotels complex with the following features. Into muchemwa wayebida or say adie yo John Dramani Mahama Thursday ya nani echre Accra International Airport where so aircobe form ama the multi-tiered multi-purpose car park any airport hotels complex no yetimi jumedie no ase o say 7-story car park and car park dino etoaso bako enson na wo mu AC hotels mienu ebehemu a pedestrian connector to the terminal enti ekwan bi ebedemu a obetimi e de akwa mu e wo terminal honom na 2,000 plus car park base enti car park base bako 2,000 na ebi krabe bro na shopping mall no so shopping mall keke food court wo ho retail spaces wo ho office spaces for rental into musisa shopping mall ni wia wa pese okon han bi e de ton wa ade de bi ye office eni ade no ekwan e da ho enye no nko a sky lounge for entertainment enti ene wo mo be ye esoro no nso in such a way say ayese lounge no de betimi akotena ho ene ya boaje ni ya boaje ani agi what you say pote kakra birthday party bi ni ade and a sky observatory for aircraft viewing landings and takes off nti almost say some space bi a ugina ho a obetimi ahwe kwan a plane no ebetimi etu ani ade nti wo sha na say this is not a small project yeah they are so ekwakobo from ya wade ya ama project no ahye ase anesa na utimu say this one there it is a very big one for Ghana na yeduedue mu aye bisa say now why this project, why is this project coming off adan munim de mudisika ne be ya na ene ye tete say ukopie mu ewo airport Accra International Airport Terminal 3 ho na kasa no ewo choki particularly the car parks because say am ne o kasa cars ebetimi akọ the car park assistance now na just 513 vehicles per and ebetimi a park e wo Terminal 3 ho and as say nso wo hwe enipadom a ba through the Accra International Airport ne ade na dipa no dodo na ekosoro and na say kra no enipa passengers ne kra no omo yesa no mabodom pem na eho kire per 2025 records no na say we recorded about 2.5 million passengers na womu use that particular place. So that is why Ghana Airport Company Limited saw the need say baby edro no e we say yetimi ema mampani this initiative de eboa na omu save congestion ni nyina mu no Samuel Okudzeto Black Wire the foreign affairs minister wabekasa de afa repatriation ya sorry meka reparation Ghana and any other African countries yakosiki ewo UN no said they should compensate us. What say compensation na some of the western countries na say omon peso mbeso mututwe no omne go back and forth ni ade wo ho. It's not about money and I say bibisa, but sometimes things like adjustment of UN policies ebema Africans and so yenya the chance and opportunity what the high tables, the security tables no yensu ye kan ye betimi akan yen aka ho bi afen so artifact ni ade a ye lutu ya ene oko some of the mausoleums ni ade a other countries are benefiting from the looted artifacts. No, it should be returned. Any idea scholarships, these are some of the things we are looking at, not money per se.
The international financial system is rigged against the global south. High risk, high interest, high capital, which is very expensive and continues to militate against the development of Africa. We cannot continue with this world order, and that's why we are demanding that the global financial architecture changes. If you look at the sovereign rating agencies, how they treat African economies, the kind of reports and how they make it risky to invest in Africa, that is what leads to the high interest rate. And you're seeing a lot of African countries spending sometimes 40%, 50% of all national revenue just on servicing debts, on interest payments. How can you develop? How can you catch up, in this rigged world order with this kind of arrangement? So that is also at the heart of the new world order we want to see. UN reforms. We cannot continue to have a United Nations where Africa does not have a seat. The large continent of Africa with 54 UN member states cannot have a seat, even just one seat at the Security Council, when we are always in the top 10 true contributing nations. We have thousands of our soldiers risking their lives on a daily basis in various theaters of conflict, putting themselves in harm's way to ensure that there is global peace and security. And yet, we don't have a voice at the UN Security Council. So we are demanding UN reforms, and it is all part of our reparatory justice agenda. So reparatory justice goes way beyond financial compensation, which of course is legitimate. And we are not saying give African leaders financial payments. We are not interested in the money of the West. We are saying support causes, and that is why we commend what the Archbishop of Canterbury has done, announcing £100 million to support causes of young Africans, young entrepreneurs, to go into businesses, invest in startups. That's the kind of arrangement we want to see. African leaders are not asking for money to line our pockets. That's not what we're asking for. And we are also saying that let's look at debt forgiveness. Let's look at the rigged international financial architecture. Let's look at UN reform. So it's a broader issue of also restitution, which I talked about, returning all the looted artifacts, which many European countries continue to profit from today in their museums, increasing gate fees every year and benefiting from what they looted from the continent. So the whole reparatory justice agenda, this is it. It's also about sovereignty. It's about allowing African countries to take control of our resources. We don't want to be exporting raw materials any longer. And President Mahama has been clear about that. And I raised that at the meeting. I want to commend Russia for declaring their support for a new economic paradigm, where we will no longer be at the mercy of exploitation. We want to add value to our own resources, industrialize, build factories, and then you can partner with us in a win-win arrangement. But this business where we don't determine the prices of natural resources we own, we don't determine the prices of our cocoa, of our gold, which Ghana is the #1 producer of in the world. We don't determine the prices of our bauxite, of our oil and gas and all of that. We cannot continue with that rigged global order. So reparatory justice encapsulates all of these germane matters, which are really essential towards the final liberation. You see, Kwame Nkrumah talked about the political liberation which we won in 1957 when we were the first African country to win independence. But he reminded us that that is not the end of the journey. We need economic emancipation, economic liberation. And that is the next frontier. And that is what President Mahama is leading. That now we must win the battle for economic liberation. And that is what this whole reparatory justice agenda is about.
Thank you so much.
Abusia na